The Marvel Universe is built on its own fictional laws of science that dictate how superheroes get their powers and wield them. The Ant-Man franchise is no different. A suit enables the main character to radically change in size, gain superhuman strength, control an army of ants, and much more. All this with the help of something called PIM particles. Ant-Man and the Wasp takes these ideas much further. A major plot point is centered around the idea that Janet van Dyne, played by Pfeiffer, is stuck in the quantum realm, and she must be brought back with the help of science. This fictional science is rooted in some very real laws of quantum physics, and scientists are learning more about this every day.
My name is Spyridon Michalakis, and I am a quantum physicist at the California Institute of Technology. I find this interesting that I have an opportunity as a consultant for the movie to introduce the public to some really cutting-edge and kind of like sci-fi sounding ideas that are part of physics right now.
What does that mean? It means that you would enter a quantum realm.
What does that mean?
It means that you would enter a reality where all concepts of time and space become irrelevant as you shrink for all eternity. Everything that you know and love, gone forever.
So quantum physics is the foundation of all of physics, almost like a theory of knowledge, a way of us as humanity asking questions that go beyond what we were able to ask before. Removing that filter allows us to see reality at its true form and makes for some very weird things that end up happening, like particles being at two places at the same time, quantum entanglement, which is the ability of these particles to communicate with each other somehow over vast distances.
30 years ago, my mother disappeared into the quantum realm.
We're gonna bring her back.
Okay, we got this. Let's fly!
One of the major driving points for the plot is a connection that Scott Lang has with the original Wasp. And the idea is that they have been linked somehow to quantum entanglement. So he has these visions, potentially, of Michelle Pfeiffer's character, which will allow the team to be able to go and retrieve her from the quantum realm.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet. You?
65 feet.
65.
So as far as the idea of shrinking or becoming huge, like Giant Man versus Ant-Man, these are definitely some more of the more sci-fi aspects. There is ways, I guess, you could try to justify some of it, and the PIM particle being something akin to what we call a muon, a heavy cousin of an electron. So you could create potentially muonic matter, which is exactly like regular matter, but instead of electrons, you have particles that look exactly like electrons, but say they're 200 times heavier. So all the chemistry is the same. And the nice thing about this muonic matter is that the atoms, the radius of the atoms, at least at the classical level, will be 200 times smaller, which means that you could shrink an object at least for a very small period of time, beyond which these muons would decay back to their electron entities. So there is some science, even though we can't really do much with that. There are places, I think, like Fermilab here in the US, where they're trying to create muonic matter and contain it, make sure it is more stable. But this is for other more basic science research than just miniaturizing human beings. And I don't think we will be seeing that anytime soon, any of this Ant-Man technology. But, you know, within science fiction, what I love about this is that even if it is not right, it can still inspire the next generation to think more deeply about these questions. And when you're thinking about what quantum physics can do for us in this era, I think we are starting to see the first time that humanity can manipulate the quantum realm, engineer it in ways that can be beneficial to us. Every 100 years or so, scientists end up bursting through the bubble that we thought was reality, and we create new realities, and then we use them through science, turn them into technology that we use right now.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.